Let's talk to Kethevane Gorjestani about this story today. And look, Kethevane, Hillary Clinton giving that interview to the BBC a week before she herself will be giving testimony to a congressional inquiry into the whole Epstein files. So she talks there very explicitly, she says, about a cover-up. What is she implying?
Well, look, I think there are multiple things that she believes amount to a cover-up. You mentioned the fact that, yes, millions of documents have been released by the Department of Justice, but there are still millions of other documents that the Department of Justice has refused to release. And when they released the last batch, they said, that's pretty much it. We're not releasing any more documents. And a lot of people, not just Hillary Clinton, are saying, well, you should release everything and let us be the judge of what is important, what is not important. You add to that, and she sort of referenced it, the hearing by Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, which was more of a circus than an actual congressional hearing, because there were absolutely no answers as to the handling of the release of those documents that were released. Remember this issue of why were some name of some men redacted when they shouldn't have been? Why were the names of victims not redacted when they should have been? All of this, she believes amounts to a cover-up, or at least feeds into the questions about why these things were not done properly. But of course, this is in the context, as you said, of that hearing that she herself will be attending. She will be testifying in front of the House Oversight Committee. Her husband, the former president, Bill Clinton, will be testifying the next day. And this is something that the Republicans are saying they decided to do once they were forced, because initially the Clintons did not want to testify. And then there was the possibility of being held in contempt of Congress because even Democrats were saying, well, if you don't show up, we will hold you in contempt. They agreed. And now they're saying that for the sake of transparency, we want this hearing to be public. The Republicans currently are refusing. They want to do that behind closed doors. And that is also something that Hillary Clinton is saying, well, we have nothing to hide. We're willing to do this in public. Why do you want to do it behind closed doors? So a lot of these things are also some strategy, some technique leading up to that hearing, because really what you have to remember is that the links between Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, and the Clintons, both Hillary and Bill, have long been known. We know that there was a relationship there, but neither Bill Clinton nor Hillary Clinton has ever been accused of any wrongdoing, and Bill Clinton himself has never been accused of any wrongdoing, of any crimes, even by the victims of Jeffrey Epstein who have spoken out, who have never said that they had seen anything coming from Bill Clinton that could amount to a crime.
Well, look, you said the links are very well known between the Clintons and Epstein. What precisely, then, are those links?
Well, look, there are some pieces of information, small elements that came out in the latest batch, but there was already a lot of information out there. But there was a New York Times analysis that was done about what came out in the latest batch regarding the links between the Clintons and Jeffrey Epstein. And mostly it hasn't to do much with Hillary Clinton, more with Bill Clinton. And it's actually more Bill Clinton and Ghislaine Maxwell rather than Jeffrey Epstein himself. What comes out in the latest batch of files is the role that Ghislaine Maxwell played in the creation, the setting up of the Clinton Global Initiative after Bill Clinton left office. And it seems, according to the documents, that Ghislaine Maxwell took part in budget discussions for the initiative. She also arranged to wire the money, about $1 million, meant to pay Publicis Group for its work, sort of setting up and organizing the inaugural conference for the Clinton Global Initiative. This, it has to be said, took place in 2004. That is a few years before the conviction, the indictment, and the guilty plea of Jeffrey Epstein for soliciting prostitution with a minor came out. the recent documents also confirming some connections between the Clinton family and the Epstein circle. Ghislaine Maxwell, before she was with Epstein, was having flirty email exchanges with one of Bill Clinton's top aides. We know that Ghislaine Maxwell attended the wedding of Clinton's daughter, Chelsea Clinton. All of these relations, supposedly, even in the words of Ghislaine Maxwell, stopped completely around mid-2010s. But really what's coming out here is pretty much confirmation of things we already knew. And what is very important also is that there's no information that would contradict the things we knew about Bill Clinton's relation with Jeffrey Epstein, which is that Bill Clinton flew 4 times internationally on Jeffrey Epstein's plane, that he never visited the Epstein Island, that Hillary Clinton never flew on Jeffrey Epstein's jet, and that Jeffrey Epstein visited the White House several times during the Clinton administration, but that relationship that didn't go on much longer after Bill Clinton left the White House.